So wait a minute. Why are we even talking about this today? Why Guideology? Why are we talking about Guideology today?
Well, I'll tell you why, Doc. Our main goal of creating this entire program or platform was to kind of create something that will encompass everything pre-dental students would need, throughout all 4 years as an undergrad student. And, the main purpose of the entire program is just to ultimately increase our chances of getting to dental school when it comes time to apply.
Dental school. Getting into dental school is a challenge. There's a lot of resources that can help you, but you want something specifically that's going to help you with the application and everything that you have to do in preparation to get into dental school. Stay tuned as we talk to a dental student who created this exclusive platform just for pre-dental students. So pre-dental students, are you listening? Watching? If not, you must stay tuned. Hey, this is Dr. Darwin, a new dentist coach, with another episode of Ask Dr. Darwin on the New Dentist Podcast Show, where we talk about getting into dental school. We talk about getting into residency and then life as a new dentist. Guys, be sure that you are continuing to support the channel. This channel is for you, so we need your support so that we can continue to bring it to you. There's many ways that you can support the channel. We got merch, we've got likes, we've got commenting, we've got joining the channel, and also sharing, right? Sharing is caring. And today we're going to be sharing some information specifically for pre-dental students. So make sure that you're watching all the way through. Stay till the end. All right, special gift if you stay to the end. Also, this episode is being brought to you by GetIntoDentalResidency.com. Get into dental residency right down here. GetIntoDentalResidency.com, the ultimate resource to help you prepare for the residency application, including your CV, personal statement, and the interviews. For more details, go down below and click right here, GetIntoDentalResidency.com. So guys, got a special guest. This guy is busy. He has been working hard over the last, what's it been, 3 years, Doc? At least 3 years. It's probably been about 4 years in creating what I'm calling an exclusive platform for pre-dental students as they are preparing themselves to become dental students in the immediate future. Today, we're joined with student Dr. Saed, I'm telling you guys, you're in for a treat today, primarily because he's so busy and all the things that he's doing to help our colleagues in the dental profession, or future colleagues in the dental profession. So we're going to jump into it really quick. But Doc, please share a little background about yourself for those people that are meeting you for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, thanks for that great intro, Doc, and thanks for having me. So my name is Saed, like Doctor mentioned. I'm a second-year dental student right now at Midwestern University in Chicago. I'm originally raised in Aleppo, Syria. I moved to Florida about 8-10 years ago or so, and I did my undergrad at University of South Florida. So did that, and now I'm in Chicago doing dental school.
Awesome. I love Chicago, man. Spent a lot of time there at the ADA offices. Lot of good time there. Today's time is going to be exclusively for dental students, pre-dental students. So again, if you're just watching this and listening to this for the first time, guys, you've got to let your colleagues know, or anybody that you know that's pre-dental student that's preparing the application, they've got to watch this video and this information and listen to it before they start their application. This is a must. And the must is based off this platform that's called Guideology. So Doc, let's dive in deep, because there's a lot of great information that people need to know about this platform. So what is Guideology and what's its purpose?
Yeah, so Guideology is, I like to call it, a unique program that helps pre-dental students pursue dental school. And I'll talk a little about how it works, right? So Guideology is a yearly membership. So students pay $98 for that entire year, and they'll get access to a bunch of features that we offer. And here's how it works, right? So students become a member, and what happens from here is we send them an email. We ask for some information, right? We get their unofficial transcripts, their resumes, and they fill out kind of like a basic info questionnaire. And then from there, we schedule them for about an hour 15 for kind of an initial advising meeting. We'll talk for about an hour or so. We'll discuss pretty much everything they'll have to deal with up until they get into dental school. So we'll go through their specific timelines, right? Day to day for their DAT, for their applications, the courses that they're taking, wish to take, when to take them. I mean, we'll run down pretty much through everything they'll need to know during this meeting. And then afterwards, they get a summary meeting pretty much of that meeting that they can save and have on their records. And then afterwards, what happens, they get access to our platform, our online platform. And what that includes is pretty much access to our mentors and advisors throughout that year. So they can contact us either through the website, they can chat with us live. They'll get access to our private number that they can message or call, and or email us, and then they also get access to different features on the actual website, right? So we have a very, very extensive guide on the website. It's about 50 pages. It has everything students need to know, all the information, statistics, templates. It's organized very nicely to sections and subsections. So sometimes when students don't want to talk to someone, they could just go and have everything they need. They get access to kind of like a mock application also. It has all the things that are kind of time consuming to complete for the application, so they can have it done before it opens up, right? They can put in or start working on their prompts on there. They could add their academics, their course codes, so they don't have to do that once it opens. They can have everything ready and pretty much be ready to copy and paste right when the cycle opens. And there's a lot of more pages on. There's about 10 pages of that Your Progress tabs that they can use. There's also a private student community where they can pretty much talk with other students on our platform. And then finally, we also offer some extra services like personal statement editing and mock interviews. And these are an additional charge to that yearly membership, but they're only pretty much for our members. And the reason that is just of how affordable they are. We charge $79 for these services. And that's kind of why we prioritize our members first and to sign up for those. And the purpose of all of this is to provide with students pretty much with everything they'll need in one place, and to just ultimately increase their chances of getting to dental school, preferably on their first cycle.
Yeah, get into dental school. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about this, to help people, pre-dental students, get into dental school with all the tools they need to submit an application and when they're in their junior year or senior year, or even if they are doing a post-bac or a master's program. And it really sounds like this is really something that's real time efficient, or I should say it's helping you be efficient with your time, right? Because a lot of pre-dental students have a lot of things that they are trying to do as undergrads, right? Especially if you're a science major, you're trying to get everything done before your senior year. And that's all your requirements. But at the same time, you're also trying to start this application for dental school and do the most probably traumatic test that all of us have taken, which is the DAT, right, Doc?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why it's important to start early, to make sure you're doing everything over a span of a good amount of time, and you're not having to do everything right when you're studying on for the DAT and you're doing your application and stuff.
Because I've talked to many dental students, and one of the things that they're concerned about is the fact that I don't have time. I haven't made time to study for the DAT. Like, but that's how you get into dental school. And they're like, oh, I know, but I got this biology class, got this other chemistry class I need to take. So it sounds like working on this platform will allow pre-dental students to gather their information, not just as a junior, not only when they're a senior, but pretty much even before then, right? Start getting familiar with the things and the pieces that you got to put together for your application process. So I like. Hey, this is Dr. Darwin. Are you looking for some mentorship, some accountability, some help with getting all of this application and getting into dental school and getting into residency and then just your life as a new dentist? Look, I'm having monthly, twice a month, live coaching sessions and office hours so we can talk about all of that. I don't want you to struggle with the application process. I don't want you to struggle with getting ready for interviews. I don't want you to struggle about what list of schools and programs to apply to. We talk about all of that in our group, our monthly group called Dr. Darwin On Demand. Dr. Darwin On Demand. Check it out down below here. And then also, if you're interested and you want to get that help so you don't have to struggle anymore, so that you can get some mentorship, some accountability, and some help, hit this link right here. Hit that link right there so we can get you signed up and enrolled today. Today. Your future starts today. And I'm here to help you. This is Dr. Darwin. And join my members-only community called Dr. Darwin On Demand. Look forward to seeing you soon, okay? Now back to this episode. Enjoy. Like that. What do you think makes it unique? I mean, we know that it's something new, right? Maybe the concept is not new as far as getting help to PreDental students, but how you've put it together it sounds unique. What would you say is the most unique part about this platform?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of reasons, right? So number one is, although there's similar things out there, there's not a single website that has everything all in one place, right? So there's companies out there that have mock interviews or one-on-one mentoring or personal statement editing, but no one provides everything under one platform. And that's something that we're able to accomplish. And then also number two is just the affordability. Like I mentioned, these companies, they charge, the one-on-one, they charge $100 an hour to speak with someone. Whereas we have it, for that duration of the year where you can get support throughout the process. Same goes with the mock interviews and personal statement editings. The more popular companies out there, I won't mention names, but they charge $300 to $600 for some of their services, which is just, absolutely ridiculous. So that's the goal of everything, is just to have, or that's what makes it unique is, we spent a lot of years creating something that, number one, has everything they'll need. So they don't have to go and reach out to other programs or, go through Google or Reddit or whatever it may be. And then number two is just make it as affordable as possible for students.
Yeah, that makes sense. How did you come up with the idea?
Yeah, so I mean, similar to how a lot of people come up with solutions, I just experienced the same problem itself. So I mean, as a sophomore, I knew I wanted to pursue dentistry and I didn't know where to start, right? So I just, I did what a lot of people would do. I joined the PreDental organization at my university. I learned a lot from the president at the time, from all the different guest speakers that would come and kind of what the process entails to becoming a dentist. And after about a year or so, I was president of that same organization. And it wasn't really until then that I kind of came to the realization that this issue I was having was not specific to me, and that pretty much all the students that were coming and joining our organizations were going through the same problem, which is not knowing where to start. A lot of people would come to us trying to find guidance, and we spent that next year, my last year in undergrad, pretty much helping as many students as we can. And from there, I knew that's something that I wanted to maintain. I wanted to keep helping students, and something that I became really passionate about. So we spent the next, 3 years or so trying to build something that would benefit as many students as possible. So with the help of a lot of other dental students and medical students and a couple of doctors, and luckily I had some previous connections with building websites. It's something that I did in undergrad and high school. So I had some connections overseas, and that made it possible to create something that's affordable. So we just, we worked at that point, we just worked really hard to try to come up with an idea that can pretty much include everything that students would need and would benefit, many students like for years to come.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And it makes sense. One of the things that I did, I started to go through the platform myself, but I was really wanted to have you guide me through it, right? Guide me through Guideology. So let's take the time to kind of look through some of the features, and so you can kind of show us what the platform looks like, and some of the features, so people have an idea. And for those of you that are listening only, you're going to have to go to the video to watch, and you can also go to the website as well. So let's look at some of these platform features and just get an idea as to what it looks like and how you can navigate through it.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so I'll just share my screen. All right, so this is kind of how, this is our website pretty much, and this is what students will go to after they do our initial meeting, they speak with us, and this is what they'll get access to, right? So they'll log in, and this is the platform that we've created. In order to talk to us, like I mentioned, they can message us here through this live chat. We're always pretty much available to answer their questions. Same goes with the phone number that we have for them, and then the email, of course. And then after the, pretty much that's the mentoring side of it. And then this is the guide that I spoke a little bit about. So organized into kind of 4 sections that they'll be going through, right? So before the DT, while they're taking it, application, interviewing. And I mean, through here, it's something that a lot of students have been utilizing rather than just, always messaging and trying to get that information. But pretty much students can go through here and just get everything they'll need, right? So they have the links that, the instructions, school statistics, templates, and this is pretty much that, the guide aspect of it. This is the your progress tabs, we like to call them. This is kind of like the mock application, but also something where students can record their progress, right? So we have the different prompts that they'll be writing with the same, character limits, because sometimes they write, they start writing their papers, and then they see that once it's time to apply, I mean, they're way above that, and they have to go back and work on that while they're studying for the DAT. So we have that for them to kind of save stuff, their academics, right? This is something, pretty much everything that's time consuming on the application we want to have here, right? Going and finding your course codes, and titles and stuff. You can put everything here, and just like I mentioned, copy and paste. They have, the calendar that they can pretty much record their timeline after that meeting that we discussed. Their experience, the same thing. You don't want to have to, right when you're applying, go through 4 years of experiences and start figuring out how many hours you've done and who you did them with. So that's something.
Yeah, it's too late then.
Yeah, that's
it's
something
too late then.
to do. And then, they can update their application statuses, that way they're not sitting there waiting for secondary applications to come in, but they're not sending emails and they have to go figure out themselves. So it's important to kind of update where they're at in the application. And then we kind of discuss this later on, where they can just at least, have all the schools they're interviewing at, and some will, help them out getting sample questions for them to start practicing pretty much. This is where they can access the private student forums that, where our members can kind of discuss things with each other, their experiences and whatnot. And then finally, the extra services that we have, right? They can come here to schedule the mock interviews, the personal statement editing, and these are all done by either experienced doctors or writers in their respective fields. So that's pretty much everything about this platform. And I mean, students could go and create an account for free and access everything that I'm accessing and take a look at everything on there before they actually, click and become a member. So that's the platform.
Yeah, so it sounds like the membership part of being a member is the best way to go, even though the non-members have access to some of the features, but access to, and then being able to receive feedback on the things that you're putting into the platform are 2 different things. What are your members? Because I know you guys have ramped up recently and have gotten some amazing responses from PreDental students that are using the platform right now, and I know you guys are continuing to expand with regards to that. What are members saying? Or what's some of the feedback you've been getting?
I mean, I love all the feedback we get from students. I mean, I've heard nothing but positive things about what we provide for them, and that's definitely something that keeps me kind of motivated and passionate about what we do. And honestly, I almost always hear kind of the same couple of things, which is, this is amazing and I'm already sold. And they say that because I meet with a lot of them for kind of consultations, because they want to learn more about what we do. And halfway through, they're mostly like, all right, I'm already sold. Where do I sign up? And that's what I hear a lot. And yesterday, actually, I met with a student at University of Georgia, and she wanted to learn a little bit more about what we do. So I met with her over Zoom. We discussed it a little bit. And, at the end, she goes, not only did I want to meet with you, kind of discuss what you do, but I wanted to also make sure that it wasn't a scam, because she said it sounded too good to be true. And I felt like we were accomplishing what our goal was, which is to have a lot of features for like an affordable price. So that was that was something that was pretty new to hear for me.
Yeah, the whole notion of too good to be true. Well, it's only too good to be true if you don't know the truth, which is it exists. and you're the dental student who created it, right? So that's it. That's very interesting. And it's good to hear that you got that feedback. Because I'm sure, I know, I remember, it's been many years since I applied to dental school, but I remember how much of a exercise, a strenuous exercise at that it was to put together different components of the application, and that can be not fun, right? You'll be hating life trying to put together all that stuff by yourself. My question to you also is, I'm sure, I mean, you were a pre-dental student before, and I'm sure having something like this would have been very beneficial for you and others that didn't have this type of platform. What do you like most about what you've created as not only as the entrepreneur and creator of it, but also as a former pre-dental student, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for sure, it would be, as a pre-dental student, the best thing I think that we have is how everything is kind of specific to each student that comes to us. We're not just providing, general information for them. Because we have all the information that we ask from them when students come and talk with us or message us, pretty much we can give them advice and guidance tailored specifically for them. And I think it's something that's most valuable about what we do. And, when I was a pre-dental student, a lot of times we just have to go through Facebook groups or SDN or Reddit or whatever it may be to get information that was kind of tailored to someone else that asked a question or just general information. So I would say that's definitely something that I like the most about the platform.
Awesome. Even though the platform is somewhat new, we also know that just in life, especially with technology, things change rapidly, right? And you have to, like Bruce Lee used to say, you have to be like water and just be fluid and go with those changes. What are some of the updates or changes that you're anticipating as you guys are continuing not only to expand the membership, but also expand or make tweaks to the platform?
Yeah, we're always doing updates, pretty much on a weekly or monthly basis. We're always trying to update our guides, making sure that all the information, links, templates, everything's just up to date for everyone. And same goes with the kind of the mock application portion. We're making sure that it's similar to the actual application, and we're adding any new pages that, would be helpful for students. And in terms of features, we're always thinking about doing new things. There's a lot of ideas that we have in mind that we're, starting to work on a little bit. For example, we'd love to have kind of like a podcast for our students only right there on the platform, where they can just go in and kind of listen to different experiences from whether it's, coming from a dental student or dentist or whatever it may be. So there's always things that we're looking into, and there's definitely gonna be new features and stuff coming to the platform.
Yeah, that's good, because it is important to kind of change with the times. I know, due to COVID, a lot of applications over the last 3 years, 3 years, have been some of the questions for the application have been tailored around COVID, right? And having to like embed that section of your application to make sure that candidates are answering questions related to COVID is important. So it's always good to be fluid and make those changes as the application process requires. What's the best way for students, pre-dental students, who are interested and to get started? Like how can they get started today?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of ways, right? So, I mean, we'll have the website link in the description. You can go access that. You can create an account for free and just see what's on there, kind of see what we provide for you. And from there, if you're interested, there's a become a member button that you can utilize to pretty much sign up and become a member. Our email will also be in the description. If you have any questions, you could just email us, or if you'd like to set up an additional consultation meeting, just to kind of talk one-on-one about your situation and if we'd be a good fit for you. We could do that as well.
That's awesome. So we got some people that are just listening. They're probably multitasking, but they're listening. They may be working out, riding a bike, getting some exercise, taking a little breather from putting their application together. So what's that website, the website address and also the email? Can you give us the website first?
Yeah, so the website is just guideology.co. It's guide, Guide OLOGY. So it's just guideology.co. And then the email is guideology@gmail.com.
Awesome. You guys can check those out right up top here. Boom, 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 boom. Check those out right there. Also, I wanted to add that for those individuals, since you guys have listened and watched all the way through, we got a special treat. Special treat via Guideology and Dr. Darwin. We got a special treat. We have a special code we want to share with everyone. Doc, you want to give them that code and what they'll be able to use the code for?
Yeah, so the code will be Dr. Darwin 23. So just DrDarwin 23. And pretty much what it is, I mean, you'll get a discount for our membership. And that's also beneficial for students who want to join us early and sign up either for 2 years or 3 years in advance. And, it's really important to get started early because once you get closer kind of to the application process and the DAT, like we mentioned, even though there's a lot that we can still do to help, it's not as significant as just being with someone to support you from the start. So yeah, DrDarwin 23, you could use that on the website. If you're just talking with us through email or through the consultation meeting, we'll, also be able to send you a link with that promo code already pretty much embedded to the link.
That's great, man. And I'm excited to kind of collab and work with you on this because I'm all about tools to help students succeed, right? There's a lot of information out there. And sometimes we as pre-dental students or dental students and now dentists, we get so boggled down as type A personalities. We get boggled down with all the information and not necessarily always applying or being just as eager to apply the information to make stuff happen, right? The doing this part of it. But when there's something that I know that can help students, I want to make sure that that's shared and disseminated accordingly. And like I said, man, when I first heard about this, I was like, man, where were you at 30 years ago? What, 30 years? Oops. Yeah, 30? No, 30? No. 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. 5 years. No. But where were you when I was applying to dental school? Where was this? And again, it's a great platform that's never been created for, but it makes sense because it allows you to have everything you need to be successful in your pursuit of becoming a dentist. So guys, this has been very, very helpful. We got some other videos. You check them out about getting into dental school. Check those out over here. I think they might be over here or top there. They're here. Just go to the next video and also check out the description down below for the special code and ways to get into dental school via Guideology, the website, email, and hopefully you guys will join today. All right. Thanks so much. Go to the next video. Go to the next video right now. Go. All right, guys, there you go. Guideology, great platform for you pre-dental students. And be sure you check out the code, right? The code is Dr. Darwin 23. Dr. Darwin 23. Dr. Darwin 23. Special code for those of you that have been watching and listening to the podcast. Take care.